Welcome to the Husker 2-minute drill. Some injury news. We'll get to that first, and we'll talk quarterbacks. I'm going to have my phone out because I want to get it right. I have it on here. JoJo Domann suffered an ACL injury, which is a tough blow because he was having a really strong spring at safety. Maybe he was even the third safety. That's like a 6-month timetable probably. So you might be looking at a redshirt situation. You can't be sure of that. The good thing is he still has a redshirt season available.
Yes.
So that's positive. Brian Reimer's wide receiver, we saw him get carted off Tuesday, and you thought, oh, that's really bad. It might be a little bit better than was initially thought. Riley said he banged knees with somebody at Tuesday's practice, and it's nothing nearly as substantial as JoJo's injury. So they hope he's going to be back, obviously much sooner. And then D lineman A.J. Natter, veteran in the program, he suffered an injury to the tendon in the back of his knee, and that's a similar timetable to Domann, so he could be out too. So some bad injury news there for Nebraska.
Yeah, it sounds like they cut some good news on Brian Reimer. So
that's positive.
Did he mention when Reimers would be back?
He didn't give a clear timetable on Reimers. I think basically it's as simple as this. It was one of those deals where he goes down, you're like, oh crap, that's a serious thing, and it turns out to be maybe not quite as bad as initially thought. At least that's something.
The other news from Thursday practice was the quarterbacks did talk to the media. The most revealing thing probably was said by Patrick O'Brien when he said all indications in his eyes, at least, are as the competition's pretty even. So that's, and Tanner Lee also talked to the media, pretty reserved in his comments. Danny Langsdorff talked about the quarterbacks and said wants more consistency. He said they have their good days, then they have some not so good days. So, there's a pretty intense battle going on.
That's
there.
about what you'd expect a coordinator to say about some quarterbacks that are trying to figure it out in their first year, but it also maybe it slows down that hype train a little bit.
Good point.
So
good point.
There'll be a lot of eyes on them at the spring game, April 15th. Come back to HuskerExtra.com for all the latest.